Or, it was supposed to be an easy night. Jess, one last shift before the building closed down for good. I'd been a security guard at the old Riverside Medical Center for about 6 months. The place had been empty for years, a ghost of its former self. Just a skeleton of concrete and steel waiting for the wrecking ball. My job was simple. Sit in a small windowless office, watch the security cameras, and make sure the doors stayed locked. It was a quiet gig, maybe a little too quiet for some people. The other guards used to whisper stories about strange noises and shadows moving in the empty wards. But I didn't believe in ghost stories. I figured old buildings just make old building sounds. It paid the bills, and I liked the solitude. I was just there to clock in, watch the screens, and clock out. Nothing ever happened. Until that night. It started at exactly 11:13 p.m. I remember the time because I'd just finished my lukewarm coffee and was staring blankly at the bank of monitors. That's when I noticed it. Camera 3, the one aimed at the main elevator bank, showed the up arrow glowing. The elevator was moving. On its own, I leaned closer to the screen, my heart starting to thud a little faster. No one was supposed to be in the building. I was the only one here. The entire complex was locked down tight. I quickly rewound the feed, watching the footage frame by frame. The elevator doors slid open on the 3rd floor. The old children's wing. It had been abandoned decades ago, even before the rest of the hospital closed. The lights inside the elevator car flickered erratically, casting dancing shadows. Someone was standing right in the doorway, blocking the light, just waiting to step out. But the hallway beyond was completely empty, dark and silent. I felt a cold knot form in my stomach. Just as I was trying to rationalize what I saw, the phone on my desk rang. The sound was so sudden and loud in the dead quiet of the office that I nearly jumped out of my skin. Sloter. It was an old rotary phone, part of the building's original internal system. It hadn't rung once in the entire time I'd worked there. I hesitated, then picked up the receiver. "Hello?" I said, my voice sounding a little shaky. The voice on the other end was soft, almost a whisper, but clear. It sounded strangely friendly, which was somehow worse than a threat. "Don't go to the 3rd floor," it said. And then, just like that, the line went dead. A dial tone buzzed in my ear. I slammed the phone down. It had to be a prank. Some kids must have found a way in. Or maybe it was one of the old guards messing with the new guy. Old buildings make noises. Electronics glitch. Wires cross. I told myself that over and over. Still, I got up and locked my office door. The little click of the bolt echoed in the silence. Midnight came and went. 2. The quiet returned, and I started to relax, chalking it all up to an overactive imagination. Then, the motion sensors began to trigger. One by one. It started on the 5th floor, at the far end of the West Wing. A small red light blinked on my console. Then, another, a little closer, and another. It was like something was walking, slowly and deliberately, down the long, dark halls, heading directly towards the central staircase. Towards me. I frantically switched between camera feeds, my eyes darting across the screens. But they showed nothing. Just empty, dust-filled corridors, peeling paint, and the eerie stillness of a place left to decay. All I could hear was the frantic pounding of my own heart and the sound of my ragged breathing. Then I saw it. It wasn't on any of the cameras. It was in the reflection of one of the dark monitor screens. Right behind my chair. A shape stood where no one should be. It was tall, impossibly still, just a dark silhouette watching me. My blood ran cold. Every muscle in my body screamed at me to run, but I was frozen, paralyzed with a kind of fear I had never known. I slowly, ever so slowly, turned my head to look over my shoulder. There was nothing there. Just the empty office. The locked door. I whipped back around to the screen. The reflection was empty now, too. Was I losing my mind? The final alarm blared from the console, shrill and piercing. It was the basement stairwell. A door that had been welded shut since the hospital first closed down. The camera feed for that area flickered, then dissolved into a screen of rolling static. But through the hiss and crackle, I thought I could hear something. It was faint, but unmistakable. A child, humming a half-forgotten lullaby. My shift was supposed to end at 2:00 a.m. I didn't wait. I grabbed my jacket, left the keys on the desk, and walked out without looking back. I never went back. They say the building is still standing there, empty and silent. But every few months, a call gets logged in the security office. The elevator on camera 3 turns on by itself, always at 11:13 p.m. It always goes to the 3rd floor. 2. And somewhere, in that dark, forgotten place, someone or something answers the phone.